what's up? Today we're going to be talking about this brand new Specialized Status 2 170DH. It was just dropped off for delivery today, and I just got done throwing it together, and now we're going to go over the pros and cons and essentially all the features of the bike. So let's get into it. All right, so starting off, I got this bike at an absolute steal. MSRP on this bike is rocking around 4,500, and I got it on sale for right at 3,000. Pretty much getting rid of the last year's models. One key note for this bike is I'm about 6'2", so that ranged me at around the S5 models, but I'm sure that I could have probably been okay on an S4 too, but S5 for sure. So I will say when it came to putting this bike together, it wasn't anything super crazy. Pretty much all I had to do was get the back wheel on, front wheel on, install the pedals and handlebars, and that was essentially it. So like I said, I am running the S5, and so far my initial experience on it, it doesn't feel like it's too long or short. It's almost in that like perfect punch of play for me, which is just right on. Now we're gonna talk about like the key specs on this bike right here. Starting off, we have a 170 millimeter rear rock shock with a super deluxe select coil shock. Up front, we're rocking 180 millimeter with a RockShox Boxer dual crown fork. Dude, this thing is ready for the big hits. So for the frame, we are rocking an M5 alloy. They actually call it like the M5 buttered aluminum. It's super durable. Threaded bottom brackets, internal routing, and a flip chip for geometry adjustment. And we'll get in a little bit more into the geometry adjustment in a bit. All right, so for our wheel setup, we are rocking mullet style. So 29-inch in the front and a 27.5 in the rear. Kind of gives you a stable front end with a little bit of a playful rear on it. So for the drivetrain, we are rocking the SRAM GX DH7 speed. Simple, bomb-proof, but it's perfect for park and rough stuff where you don't want to mess with a big cassette. So for the brakes, we are rocking the SRAM Mavens, and these are no joke. Huge stopping power with 220 millimeter front rotors. Before the tire setup, we are rocking the Butcher Grid Gravity T9 compounds. Super grippy tires. Weight of the bike is around 37 to 38 pounds. That is an absolute tank, but that's what you kind of expect for a nice downhill setup. One super cool feature of this bike is the flip chip. It allows you to change the geometry whether if you're trying to ride high or low. All right, so now we're gonna go over the pros and cons over this bike. We're gonna start off with the pros first. Starting off, this bike is an insane value for what you get, especially if you can pick it up on the deal. This bike is built like a tank. It will last. Super playful, yet stable. Great components right out the box. You don't really need much more. Cons of this, the bike is heavy. If you're doing a lot of climbing, you're definitely going to feel it. I would definitely say this is more of like a park bike, a shuttle bike. 7-speed, it's simple but limited if you ride a lot of varied terrain. Coil shocks means it's tuned for more descending than pedal efficiency. So it's pretty much like I was saying, this bike is more for downhill. If you're trying to ride this thing anywhere and everywhere, it's just not gonna happen. I mean, it can happen if you're really dedicated, but it's not realistically gonna happen. Is this bike for you? Who is this bike for? If you are an intermediate to advanced rider who loves hitting the park, jumping, free riding, and wants something that can also handle real trails without breaking the bank, this is a killer option. Would I buy it again? Absolutely. For the price and how much fun it is, it's hard to beat. So there you have it. Full build and detailed review of my new Specialized Status 2 170. I am extremely happy with how it came together, and honestly how it came. I've just been watching the tracking all week waiting for this bike. So hopefully here in the next few videos, you'll see me ripping this thing.